What if the songs that defined your life, the ones that carried your heartache, your triumphs, and every memory in between, didn't even belong to you? For Taylor Swift, that nightmare was her reality. But now, after a years long battle marked by betrayal, re recordings, and relentless determination, she's finally turned the tables in a way that's left the music industry stunned. Taylor Swift now stands as the proud owner of her entire music catalog, reclaiming the art that once felt stolen. This isn't just another chapter in her story. It's the culmination of a fight that challenged the very foundations of artist rights and ownership. But how did she get here? And what does this victory mean not just for her, but for every artist dreaming of true creative freedom? Let's unravel the twists and turns of this extraordinary journey and discover why this is one of the most significant moments in music history. In 2019, Taylor Swift's world was turned upside down when the rights to her master recordings, the very foundation of her career, were sold without her approval. It was a move that felt like a slap in the face. The buyer, Scooter Braun, a powerful music executive whose relationship with Swift had already been rocky at best. The deal blindsided Swift. She called it her worst-case scenario, a gut punch that left her feeling powerless. After all, these masters weren't just files on a hard drive. They were her sweat, her memories, and her voice. Her first 6 albums, from her self-titled debut to Reputation, had been the soundtrack to millions of lives, but she no longer had control over them. Braun's purchase triggered a storm of outrage among Swift's fans, who saw the move as a betrayal of everything she'd worked for. The sale wasn't just a business transaction. It was a declaration that, in the eyes of the industry, an artist's legacy could be bought and sold like a commodity. But Taylor wasn't about to let someone else own her story. Taylor Swift wasn't going to sit back and accept defeat. Instead, she decided to flip the script, literally. With a fierce determination that stunned the industry, she announced her plan to re-record her first 6 albums, giving fans Taylor's version of the songs they'd loved for years. Each re-recorded album became a defiant statement. You may own the originals, but I'll own the future. She didn't just recreate the music, she added unreleased tracks from her vault, giving fans a reason to celebrate every release. Fearless, Taylor's version; Red, Taylor's version; Speak Now, Taylor's version; and 1989, Taylor's version, weren't just nostalgia trips, they were victories. Swift's strategy wasn't just about reclaiming ownership, it was about reshaping the music industry itself, proving that an artist could take back control of their art and thrive. The re-recordings dominated charts, outshining the originals and giving her the last laugh. But Taylor wasn't done yet. After years of fighting and re-recording, Taylor Swift achieved the moment she'd been working towards. In May 2025, she announced she'd officially bought back the master recordings of her first 6 albums from Shamrock Capital. No strings attached, no shady deals, just full ownership. In a heartfelt letter to her fans, Swift couldn't hide her excitement. All of the music I've ever made now belongs to me, she wrote. It wasn't just the songs, either. She now owned every music video, every concert film, every piece of album art, and even the photos that told her story. Swift credited this milestone to her record-breaking Eras Tour, which gave her the financial power to negotiate on her own terms. She thanked her supporters for sticking by her, calling this moment the greatest dream come true. Her relationship with Shamrock Capital, surprisingly respectful. She described them as honest and fair, acknowledging that while it was a business deal for them, they saw what it meant to her. Decades of sweat, memories, and handwritten lyrics finally coming home. Taylor Swift didn't just reclaim her music. She reclaimed her legacy. But even with this triumph, Taylor Swift's story wasn't over yet. Fans everywhere had been waiting for the re-recordings of Reputation and her self-titled debut album, two massive albums that still hung in limbo. In her announcement, Swift revealed that the re-recording of her debut was complete, but Reputation was still a work in progress. Why? Rumors suggest that Reputation posed a unique challenge with its darker, more complex sound and layers of intricate production. Some insiders claim that Swift wanted to ensure every detail was perfect before releasing it to the world, determined to make the new version even more powerful than the original. She left fans with a tantalizing hint. Maybe one day, those two albums can still have their moments to reemerge when the time is right, she teased. But she was clear. If they do come out, it won't be out of sadness or frustration, but as a celebration of the journey she's taken to get here. Even in victory, Swift kept the mystery alive, showing that the best stories are the ones still waiting to be written. Behind every chart-topping album and every sold-out stadium was a legion of devoted fans. The Swifties, who made Taylor's fight for her music possible. Their unwavering support wasn't just emotional, it was financial. With the record-breaking success of the Eras Tour, Taylor found herself in a position of power unlike any other artist before her. Every ticket sold, every album streamed, every Taylor's version downloaded became a vote for artist ownership, a message to the industry that fans stood by their idol no matter what. The Eras Tour became a phenomenon, fueling the momentum that ultimately allowed Taylor to buy back her masters. But the fans' role went beyond just the numbers. Their passion turned Swift's mission into a movement, one that challenged the way the music business had always operated. The message was clear. Artists deserve to own the art they create. Without her fans, Taylor's story might have ended differently. But thanks to them, she not only reclaimed her music, she inspired a new generation of artists to fight for theirs. Taylor Swift's victory sent shockwaves through the entire music industry. For decades, artists had watched helplessly as their master recordings were bought and sold like property, often ending up in the hands of executives who saw songs as little more than financial assets. Swift's battle changed that narrative. Her defiance inspired artists everywhere to take a hard look at their own contracts, to question who really owned the music they poured their hearts into. Suddenly, labels faced a wave of scrutiny, and fans were demanding transparency like never before. Reports claim that some record labels are now rethinking their deals, offering artists better terms to avoid a Swift-style rebellion. And insiders say that the industry is scrambling to keep its biggest stars happy, fearing that another artist might follow Swift's lead and re-record their own catalog. It's been said that Swift's stand is a blueprint for creative independence, a reminder that even in an industry built on power plays and billion-dollar deals, an artist with vision and a fiercely loyal fan base can rewrite the rules. Taylor Swift's journey from powerless to powerful is more than just a personal triumph. It's a story that reshaped the music industry forever. Her fight for ownership wasn't just about masters or royalties. It was about reclaiming her identity and sending a message that no artist should be at the mercy of their label. She turned heartbreak into empowerment, betrayal into a business strategy, and heartbreak songs into battle cries. And in doing so, she became a symbol of what's possible when you refuse to back down, no matter how powerful the opposition. The ripples of her victory are still being felt as artists everywhere rethink their relationships with the industry, and fans learn just how much power they have in shaping an artist's destiny. Taylor's story proves one thing. When you own your music, you own your future. And maybe that's the greatest legacy any artist could hope to leave behind.